Back when sodas came in glass bottles and summers felt endless, every flavor told a story. Grape that stained your lips, root beer that fizzed like a firecracker, lemon lime that cut through July heat. These weren't just drinks, they were moments. Some vanished overnight, others faded slowly. But if you ever cracked one open with bare feet on hot pavement, you'll want to remember what's gone.
Splash! A little knee-high, give the knee-high flavors a try.
Number 1. Grape Nehi. If you remember Radar O'Reilly from MASH, you remember Grape Nehi. But long before it became a TV punchline, it was the king of corner stores and fishing trips. Sweet, rich, and unmistakably purple, Nehi didn't taste like modern grape drinks. It tasted like summer freedom in a glass bottle. You'd crack one open after mowing the lawn or sneak a sip before dinner. Somewhere between medicine and magic, it left a purple ring on your upper lip and a permanent place in your memory. They don't fizz like that anymore. Number 2. Bubble Up. Before Sprite took the crown, there was Bubble Up, a kiss of lemon, a kiss of lime. It wasn't loud or edgy. It was gentle, clean, and perfect next to a slice of cherry pie at the diner. Served cold in glass bottles with real sugar, it danced on your tongue without overwhelming it. Bubble Up didn't scream for attention. It just quietly refreshed you on a hot afternoon while the jukebox played Hank Williams in the background. It was the kind of soda your dad trusted and your grandpa swore by. Simple, honest, gone too quietly. Number 3. Frosty Root Beer. You didn't just drink Frosty Root Beer, you heard it coming. The hiss of the bottle, the fizz hitting crushed ice, and the thump of the tray window at the drive-in. Creamy, smooth, and just enough bite. Frosty was a staple of summer nights and teenage freedom. You'd sit in a '58 Chevy, burger in one hand, Frosty in the other, and feel like the world made sense. But when Monarch bought it and backed Dad's root beer instead, Frosty was left behind. No press release, no goodbye, just one more taste of America. Gone.
Gentlemen, I give you Crystal Pepsi. All the great taste of regular Pepsi, but without that troublesome opacity.
Number 4. Crystal Pepsi. When Crystal Pepsi hit shelves in the early 90s, it felt like the future had arrived in a soda bottle, clear as water but tasting like cola. It confused the senses and fascinated every kid in the lunchroom. You brought it to school just to show it off, more experiment than refreshment. Pepsi promised purity, but what we got was strange. It wasn't bad, it just wasn't right. The novelty wore off fast, and by the time people figured out what it tasted like, it was already gone. Some say it failed, others say it never really belonged. Number 5. Pepsi Blue. It looked like liquid candy and tasted like teenage rebellion. Pepsi Blue burst onto the scene in 2002 with a berry blast and Britney Spears commercials, hoping to capture the youth market with bright colors and louder branding. It worked for about a week. The taste was oddly artificial, like melted popsicles and blue dye. Kids loved the novelty, parents didn't get it, and Pepsi never explained what berry really meant. Within 2 years, it vanished from shelves, leaving behind nothing but stained tongues and a generation that still wonders, what was that stuff anyway? Number 6. Orbitz. Orbitz wasn't just a drink, it was a dare. Tiny gelatin balls floated inside like a lava lamp you could sip. Kids in the late 90s begged for it just once, fascinated by its alien look. The flavors had names like raspberry citrus and pineapple banana cherry coconut, none of which matched what you tasted. It wasn't about refreshment, it was about showing your friends you were brave enough to try it. One sip, maybe 2, then it sat in the fridge until Mom threw it out. Orbitz was weird, unforgettable, and probably undrinkable. Number 7. Choc-ola. Imagine chocolate milk with fizz, that was Choc-ola. In the 1950s and 60s, it was the ultimate after-school treat, sweet, creamy, and strangely satisfying. Kids in the Midwest would trade lunchbox snacks just to get one bottle. You didn't chug it, you savored it. It felt like dessert disguised as soda, and for a while that made it magical. But as soda trends turned to citrus and cola, Choc-ola quietly slipped away. Some still dream of it returning. Most don't believe a drink like that ever existed, but it did. And if you tried it, you never forgot it. Number 8. Rondo. The Thirst Crusher. That's what Rondo promised. And if you grew up in the late 70s, you probably remember its punchy citrus bite and over-the-top TV ads. It was loud, tangy, and tried to outdo Mountain Dew with a more aggressive edge. Rondo wasn't made for sipping. It was for chugging after mowing the lawn or jumping off the dock. It had a short, bold life before fizzling out in the 80s, crushed by bigger names. But for a hot second, it was the soda that dared to shout, and some of us still remember the echo. Number 9. Slice. Pepsi's answer to 7-Up came with a promise: real juice. In the 80s, that mattered. Moms bought Slice thinking it was a little healthier, and kids drank it cold with grilled cheese or pizza night. It came in all kinds of flavors: orange, grape, lemon lime, and you could actually taste the fruit. But over time, the juice percentage dropped, the branding got fuzzy, and Sierra Mist took its place. Slice didn't fail, it just faded. But if you ever had a grape slice on a summer afternoon, you know what soda used to taste like. Number 10. New Coke. In 1985, Coca-Cola made the boldest mistake in soda history. They changed the recipe. Just like that, the familiar taste of America was replaced with something sweeter, flatter, wrong. Fans panicked. Some hoarded old bottles, others wrote angry letters. Even late-night comedians joined the rebellion. Within months, Coca-Cola Classic returned, and New Coke became a marketing case study in what not to do. It wasn't just about taste, it was about trust. They tried to fix what wasn't broken, and America reminded them, don't mess with a good thing. Number 11. OK Soda. Coca-Cola's strangest experiment wasn't a flavor, it was an attitude. Launched in 1993 to appeal to cynical Gen X teens, OK Soda came in gray cans with weird art and slogans like, "What's the point of OK Soda?" It mocked traditional marketing and even its own existence. The taste? Somewhere between cola and citrus. But no one cared. It wasn't about liking the drink, it was about getting the joke. But most didn't. Within a year, OK Soda disappeared, leaving behind a cult following and a generation who remembers feeling misunderstood, even by soda.
You're beautiful to me. Real cola tastes just 1 calorie.
Number 12. Tap. Before Diet Coke, there was Tab, the original Watch Your Figure soda from Coca-Cola. Marketed toward women in the 60s and 70s, it came in pink cans and was often found next to lean cuisine in the fridge. The taste was sharp, almost metallic, but for many, it symbolized freedom and control. It became a loyal companion in break rooms and beauty salons across America. Even after it was sidelined by Diet Coke, fans refused to let go. But in 2020, Tab was officially retired, quietly ending a soda that helped shape a generation's identity. Number 13. Jolt Cola. All the sugar and twice the caffeine. That wasn't just a slogan, it was a warning. Jolt Cola burst onto the scene in 1985 and became the drink of choice for students, coders, and night owls who needed fuel, not fizz. While parents clutched their pearls, teenagers embraced the jittery jolt. It tasted like cola on overdrive, with a buzz that kept you up till 3 a.m. finishing homework, or not. But when energy drinks took over in the 2000s, Jolt couldn't keep up. It tried to rebrand as Jolt Energy, but the fizz had already flattened. Number 14. Teem. Before Sprite and 7-Up became household names, there was Teem, Coca-Cola's crisp lemon-lime contender. It was smooth, bright, and quietly dependable, especially in the South where it found loyal fans. You'd see it in old vending machines tucked beside Orange Crush and root beer. It didn't try to be flashy, it just was. But as Coke leaned into Sprite, Teem was gradually phased out. No drama, no rebrand, just gone. Those who remember it say it was cleaner, less syrupy, and better. But like many good things, it vanished before it could be appreciated. Number 15, Grapette. If your grandparents ever offered you a soda from the garage fridge, chances are it was Grapette. Sweet, bubbly, and unmistakably purple, Grapette tasted like grape ought to taste. Not artificial, not dull, but juicy and joyful. It came in small glass bottles that felt just right in your hand. Kids loved it. So did grown-ups, whether they admitted it or not. But over time it lost shelf space to louder brands. By the 70s, it was mostly gone. Still, for many, one sip of something close brings it all back. Front porch, warm sun, and a bottle of Grapette. They weren't just sodas, they were snapshots of a simpler, sweeter time. Each fizz, each flavor held a piece of who we were. If one of these brought back a memory, share it in the comments. And if you miss that taste of freedom, subscribe. We've got plenty more where that came from.